I've come up with a new rationale for doing the mitzvot. The rationale is that God lives within me. So when I'm doing the mitzvot, I'm doing them not for me. I'm doing them for God. Because those are the mitzvot in God's Torah. Things like kasheruth. So when I'm eating kosher food, I'm actually feeding God who resides in my belly. In a certain sense, this is a fancy expression that I'm dead and that God lives within me. So I'm only doing things not for myself, but I'm doing things for Him. If He wants to put on tefillin, if He wants to wear a tzitzis, if He wants to say the Shema. Because I started in with this phrase, Ein ani, I am not. See, here's a strange thing here. It's like a one or the other. If I am not, then God is within me. But if I am, if I'm an ani, if I'm an ego, then God isn't there. So if I'm ein, then God is within me. If I'm ani, then He's ein, He's not there. Can be either one or the other. In a certain sense, in the next higher level, it can be both, but that's the start. There's one or the other. You have to live as if you're dead and that God is living within you. So when I eat kosher food, I'm feeding God kosher food. Things like that. It's an interesting perspective, and it's a very interesting level because, as you know, I'm trying to attain this level or speak about this level that I do see of before the time of the Zimzum. There's an Atzmutz level that occurs before the Zimzum. This Atzmutz level, this essence level, is the sixth level, beyond the 5 levels that occur. And this sixth level, that's the Atzmutz of the Ein Sof. And there are traces down. See, I think the Atzmutz level, this essence level, comes in through the seed, through the sperm of the man. And so that's why one has to be very careful with their seed. And this is what comes in from before the Zimzum. The Shahashua, the self-delights, the playfulness before the constrictions. And so one has to get into that level. The way to get into that level is, how they say, die before you die. Because if you die, you're actually dead, and then God lives within you. The Yehida lives within you. As they express it, the Chaya lives for you. You're still living. See, I didn't like that when the Chaya was there, because the Chaya is living for me, and I'm feeling, and I don't need the need of the kasheruth. But when the Yehida lives within me, it's not me. In a certain sense, this is why the They don't say it so much in Judaism, but in Arabic they used to call it Ana al-Haq. And we'll leave it at that. It would be funny, though, that if I didn't exist, then God existed within me. And then I'm supposed to do at all times the work of what my Yehida is and my spark of God within that Yehida. So I'm actually doing the work of God. It's not my work. I'm dead. Later on, there's a resurrection of the dead, and you get your body back. So the Ain, once you became Ain, then you can become Ani again. And it's a different type of Ani. And this is spoken about not only in Judaism, but in philosophy. Tick tock, tick tock. The most important thing you have is time. You have to recognize this time. If God lives within you and you are dead, then you should be working for God 24 hours a day. If you give wordplay to it and just say that you're dead, and then, only doing it 1 hour a day, then you're really not, and God's not really living in you. You have to give the vehicle. You're the Merkaba. You're the vehicle. Four-wheel vehicle, but my brother called the Audi. You have to give the vehicle to this. And there's no problem at all because you don't feel it at all. You're dead. So, Yud Kei Vav Kei is living within you. This will be new. But this is beautiful.